are live. Hey, everybody, welcome to the podcast. I'm Nick.
Hey, Nick, if you can hear me, can you just wave?
Wave.
We can hear you.
Just a heads up. I'm trying to fix that real quick.
You what?
Well, that's Joe, for anyone that doesn't know.
Yeah.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm CJ.
No problem solved.
And Shannon will join us eventually,
Yes.
whenever he feels like it.
Two problem solved. Yay.
So, how's everyone been the past week?
I've been pretty good.
Pretty good.
At least week since I've seen most of you. Been like 2 weeks, 3 weeks since I've seen CJ, but you know.
Yeah.
What's everybody been playing?
So we're gonna talk about this later, but I did play Grounded yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so good. But I have my own opinions on it, and I feel like we need to have a talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't go into spoilers, but just kind of the general mechanics and stuff that I really liked. But other than that, with Destiny 2, just trying to prep for the next Beyond Light thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2. I have been, actually I've been reading comics.
You better be telling me that you're getting caught up on what I think you're reading.
I've actually been reading graphic novels because I've been reading White Sand.
Caught up on fucking Spider-Man.
Okay.
Nice.
I really need to get caught up on Spider-Man, but I've been reading White Sand, which is a phenomenal graphic novel series
I've
from
heard.
Brandon Sanderson.
I've heard it's fantastic.
It is really good. Brandon Sanderson is an incredible writer. He's the author of like the Mistborn series, which they have 2 trilogies of. It's pretty funny because with no, it wasn't Mistborn. It was which one of his series? He has a few different series going on right now, but they're all still within the Cosmere universe. Which is all like they all take place within the same universe, but they all technically are separate things that you can read separately. But there's some stuff where it's like, oh, this character randomly appears from this book into this thing and stuff like that. So like you
Sort of like an anthology.
kinda or like the whole technically character like campaign 1 and campaign 2 of Critical Role are very different, but you have characters from campaign 1 that were NPCs that just randomly show up as an NPC for a couple episodes of campaign 2.
Yes.
Sindar showed up on a train.
Or exactly like that kind of stuff.
The Watchmen series versus the Watchmen movie.
Mm-hmm. But like so yeah, it is Mistborn. So Mistborn, you have the original trilogy, and then you have the second trilogy that he was starting. But he was like, okay, so we have the original trilogy, and then I'm going to do a second trilogy as a sequel to that, but there's a 300-year gap. So he was like, oh, well, I'll just write a small novella to bridge the 2 trilogies, and that small novella ended up turning into its own full trilogy.
Nice.
Because this man, like, he gets wordy, but it's worth it. To kind of show you the size of the books that he does, the Mistborn trilogies are about like what you would expect from modern fantasy. But this guy is the guy that took over Wheel of Time when Robert Jordan died.
Okay.
And so we're talking like his normal books, like when he was finishing the Wheel of Time books, and then his Stormlight archive are his other big ones. I think the shortest book in Stormlight archive was Way of Kings, and it's like 1,095 pages. So time consuming, but
Speaking of books, I just started the Dresden Files. So I've already.
So is that Surefire and Merlin forcing you to do that?
Actually, no. One of my other friends, he recommended. Well, 2 of my friends recommended it, and they were just like, "Hey, a new book came out." When I was at my buddy's place, and he's like, "Hey, why don't you just borrow my first copy?" And said because I was gonna go buy it. And so I'm reading it, and pretty much thoroughly enjoying it. Like, I love the style. I love the like.
Well, because it's like detective noir with like magic and fantasy,
Oh yeah.
and it's really well done. But I sure. I've read quite a bit of the first book. I never actually finished it. It's been a series that I've been meaning to go back and restart up.
Okay.
Specifically because of the recommendations from Merlin and Surefire, because those are their favorite books here. Well, Joey has a couple romance novel series that he
I like
thoroughly
the fact that you keep jumping back and forth between multiple names for the same person.
I know. Joey
Like,
Merlin,
we-
it's all the same difference.
Yeah.
But I'm used to calling him Joey, but CJ knows him as Merlin. So I'm trying to force myself to use Merlin because that's who he knows him as. That's how he's played with him. So
I just say that we
like
keep
better
using.
knowing who is talking about who, like if they use their names. So I knew exactly who you were talking about.
oh, okay.
I say we just keep using multiple names, and then when people ask, be like, "No, it's different people."
Actually,
Well,
and-
so Cyrus the Virus has a pretty good point there. Like
God, no one else knows that name. No one else remembers that fucking name. That is so funny.
But Cyrus the Virus 182 brings up a really good point of like we should just start using different names for everybody. So we should go with Krona's suggestion. And what else are we going to talk about?
I'm gonna say, how many other handles are you gonna bring up?
I know
Um,
that
how many other
Zareth
handles
was
is
talking
he on?
earlier, and Zareth played They're All Humans, and he really enjoyed it.
I looked at that the other day. I almost bought it, but like I liked the game back in the days when it first came out. Like I played the shit out of it on PlayStation 2 and all that. But was that a PS2 or? Yeah, it was PS2, and then
Yeah.
Destroy All Humans 2 was on 360.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get to an original Xbox.
yeah. So I played the shit out of those when they came out. I think it's cool that they got a remaster and all that, but I looked at it and I was like, I've already played the game. I've already had the the fun with it. I don't think it would be for me. I don't think it's one of those that I could like get back into. I think it'd be like WoW Classic. I would play it for like 5 minutes and be like, oh yeah, this is really cool. Okay, let's go play something else.
I agree with you, but I think for the newer generation that's coming into it, I think it's a great thing that they
Yes.
redid them
Yes.
just to be able to play a game that was beloved back when it first came out.
Again, say exactly the same concept with WoW Classic. People that, I mean, there's people that are playing World of Warcraft right now that are younger than the game is. I mean, the game is 15. I know people that play this game that are like 11 and 12, and so there's no way they would be able to experience that. And so the fact that it's being brought back, that people can go back and experience what the game was before it turned into what it is fantastic. So yeah, just I don't think it'd be really my my cup of tea, my style. For me, it's been obviously a lot of World of Warcraft. No, I've got.
I literally thought something happened, and I was like, I totally missed that. And it was like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
I've had.
good.
I've gotten a couple other guys from the Discord back into World of Warcraft, specifically Akturi. He's been all over it. Me and him play almost every night. Let's see. I played that a lot. What else did I play? I played a little bit of Call of Duty, just because it's Call of Duty. And then the sort of curveball was Shannon got me into
Oh, I know this one.
Valorant.
He has not stopped talking about it.
It's
Okay.
actually, I am not much a fan of like the CS style games, just because.
Which I will say, I was very shocked to hear this because everything I saw on Valorant was very much this game plays like Overwatch.
Yeah, I just saw it as an
This
Overwatch
game
ripoff.
plays like Overwatch.
So it has the like the team building aspect of Overwatch. Like it's nice to have someone on the team that can heal, someone that is good at breaking up the battlefield, someone that is good at just killing things. It's good to have the differing roles on your team, but it plays like CS in the style of when you shoot, you have to stop moving.
Yeah, that's what Shane was saying.
If you move in the slightest while you're trying to shoot, you're not going to hit shit. And it's surprisingly challenging
to get back to that.
Coming from playing Call of Duty, where the only way to survive is to halo jump and drop shot and do the safety dance
if you
side to
stop
side.
moving for more than 3 minutes or more than 3 seconds, you're done.
Exactly.
Like 100%.
And so it's challenging, but at the same time, like a single match is 25 rounds. Like an average match takes 30 to 45 minutes for me and Shannon.
Holy shit.
Unless it's completely lopsided. But it actually requires teamwork. It forces you to play as a team. It forces you to communicate with other people.
Okay.
I will say it's also, from what I've heard, pretty hilarious. Just from the standpoint of listening to you guys play. Holy fucking shit! Sorry, hearing you guys play. And
are you gonna elaborate on that?
One second. Hearing Shannon get like body shots and just like shots that he should not be making, and he just like hits a little bit of a body shot and it's just instant death, and he just freaks out in chat screaming. Yelling.
I will say Valorant is sniping's good, but the game itself is incredibly punishing. If you make a mistake, it will punish you. It will, like, if you peek at just the wrong time, you're going to get lit up and killed. It's not like Call of Duty where you have, a 3-second time to kill where you can find cover and plate up and get back into the fight. If you make a mistake and you peek the wrong corner, you're done.
Oh, wow.
And it's incredibly punishing, but in that regards, for me, that's actually sort of refreshing. Like you have to change how you play. You have to change the style of play. It forces teamwork with a bunch of randoms. And honestly, I think it would be, it's one of those that having a full stack of 5 on your team would be a massive, massive advantage. On that note, though, I don't know if you guys saw what I posted in the general channel last night. That game, Fall Guys.
Oh, dude, that game not only does it look fantastic, it is free for PlayStation Plus.
It is. It comes out in 5 days. It's going to be $20. They had a closed beta this past weekend, and one of my favorite World of Warcraft streamers played beta all day long. Played the World of Warcraft beta for like 14 hours, and then him and all of his friends logged off of that and were like, hey, let's go play something else. So they went and played the closed beta for this. The developers reached out to Sloop because he was live streaming it and was like, hey, here's 50 keys, give them away to your community.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
And so
That's really cool.
He was giving them away, but him and his friends were playing drinking games while they were playing the game. And it honestly, like I was cracking up watching him play it. It was hilarious. It looks like the kind of game that would be great for us to, like after the podcast, hey, let's all hop on and play Fall Guys for 2 hours. And
Okay.
we hop on, we have some drinks, we just shoot the shit and we stream it, but it's
isn't Fall Guys technically like already quote unquote out? It's just officially launching soon.
no, they were in closed beta.
Yeah,
There was no
Devolver
public
literally
access.
Just announced the release date at the Devolver Digital thing.
gotcha.
Which again, it comes out whatever day the new
August 4th.
PlayStation games reset. Okay,
August
so
4th.
August 4th is the day it launches, and
Yeah.
then like I said, everybody on PlayStation Plus gets it for free. If you're on PlayStation, PC, it's $20, which again, $20. It looks fantastic for
Not
that.
that bad. Yeah.
And so it's
or just on sticks to its consoles.
I'm honestly not sure about crossplay. I would have to look into that a little bit.
While we're talking, I can do that real quick.
But it's a 60 player match basically. You go into the match and it's 60 other players, and it's just a bunch of different obstacle courses and like little games that you have to play. And every round, like the first round, out of the 60 players, only 45 will qualify. So the first 45 to beat the obstacle course and get to the finish line move on to the next round. If you don't make it in the first 45, sorry, you're out.
Nice.
Move on to the next one, and it's a different kind of game, and it just changes over and over and over, and it looks like something that's a lot less serious and a lot more lighthearted. And hey, let's just relax, shoot the shit for a couple hours, and have some drinks.
Yeah.
It does not feature crossplay, by the way.
Does not feature crossplay.
They said they're considering it for a future update, but it will not be at launch.
But
Okay.
even then, at the end of the day, it doesn't look like a super graphically intensive game. So
It's
I
not.
think even like a basic computer would be able to.
I
To-
mean,
to
I
be
can
able to
tell
run
you
it.
what the specs are real quick.
All right. I guess I'm blowing the dust off my old tower then. Because yeah, I'd be down for something like that because it sounds just interesting and fun. And
Yeah.
if you could make a fun drinking game out of it, or just fun little quirks out of it, I think I'm
So
all-
the way that they were doing it was if you failed a round, you had to take a shot. If you out of the group, if you were the last one standing, so even if you don't win the overall challenge, if you're the last one standing in the group that hasn't been eliminated, you get to assign a shot.
okay.
But if you win overall, like you are number 1 out of 60, if you complete all the challenges and beat everybody else, you get to
I know
assign
that one.
you get to assign someone to finish their drink.
Oh shit.
God. That can get dangerous.
Yes, that can get very dangerous very quickly. But at the same time, I mean, we could obviously alter the rules to whatever fits, but it just seems like something that, a little friendly spirit of competition, literally spirit of competition.
See what you did there.
And just a nice, relaxing way to spend a night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me, speaking about playing a drinking game with a video game, that reminds me, I've talked about this in the past, but I've always wanted to play what I always dubbed Drunk by Daylight. and
Oh
Dead
God,
by
yeah.
Daylight drinking game.
Oh.
I always thought that would be a fun thing
That's
to
great.
stream.
So yeah, you should talk to Corey about that one.
Honestly, I know he and Kaylee love it.
Because if there's anyone that plays Dead by Daylight, it's them.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like we something else we could talk mention or just throw around an idea, but every now and then well, I don't know how hard that would be though to do it. Get together and do how we do Extra Life every now and then, Nick?
Yeah.
Do something like that, but like a one night, couple hour, just get everyone together and then stream online. But I don't know how hard that would be to do.
Yeah.
Like everyone in the same building.
Yeah, like not
Streaming?
necessarily just like streaming our video game, but like also with a camcorder, like actually like recording us or like.
I mean, I'm gonna be looking into doing something similar when I do the World of Warcraft launch party
Nice.
for the new expansion. So I mean, I can sort of prototype some stuff at that point, and
Okay.
we can figure it out from there.
Perfect.
Let's see, what else was big news. I know you guys did like a little post conference podcast, but I
Yeah.
haven't really been able to talk to you guys about it.
Did you watch it then?
I did not get to watch your guys' little post conference.
did you watch
Microsoft.
Oh yes, oh of course,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Um,
gonna say he watched it
good.
live, I believe.
I
'cause he
did
said he
not
was
get-
tired. He
yeah,
couldn't stay up.
I didn't
Oh,
get
that's
to,
what it was.
I didn't get to watch it live, but I did watch it later that day. So I truly, honestly want to hear your guys' opinions on Halo. I know you guys are like super Halo fans. I want to hear your opinions on it because a lot of the reactions I'm seeing are people like really upset with it.
So
Here-
can I?
No.
I'll let you go first.
I was just here's my only, and I don't even want to call it a complaint at this point, but my only quote unquote gripe is that it does look a little arcadey compared to normal to me.
Okay.
But I think that's literally just like a stylization choice, really.
Yep.
But I honestly like it's fine. I'm really excited for it.
To sort of branch off that question, that answer, then, do you think that what they showed was running on an Xbox or a PC?
I can't say the answer because I already know the answer.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say an Xbox One, but it was probably a PC.
Yes.
It was running on PC.
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
They've confirmed it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I haven't really looked into it that much.
Yeah, they said it's running on a PC with the same specs as a One X. It says it will give similar performance to, or not similar, exact performance to.
Okay, so they had the PC sort of like tuned down a little bit to give it the
correct. It literally
Series X.
like it didn't have like a 2080 Ti or
Okay.
it had like a regular 2080. It had
on that
similar processor.
On that note, it's a possibility that it could have just been the way it came across over the stream. I will say that it does have a little bit of a cartoony, arcadey look to it, as opposed to the grit and realism that we've seen.
Yes.
But okay, I didn't actually. Nick answered. Joe, I want to hear your opinion.
So my thing is, I'm trying to be fanboy for a minute, but
You said be a fanboy or leave fanboy?
leave fanboy out of it. Be objective, because normally my first reaction is fuck everyone that doesn't like Halo. You're stupid. No. My thing with it was being objective. Yeah, it did not look as crisp or as detailed as I have seen from other things coming from next gen, or what we were expecting from next gen. With that said, we are seeing what they've literally stated is pre-alpha. So there's still 6 months till launch.
Yep.
On top of that,
6 months.
Yeah, because it's so end of November. So we're talking, we're in August, aren't we?
It'd be 5 months. It's 5 months from now.
Still, God.
Time's flying, baby.
It is.
Time's flying.
But you've got 5 months.
Yep.
I guarantee you, COVID had to have fucked up some form of development stuff where it's been okay. We're a little bit behind for what we are ready to show because we didn't prepare for we weren't ready for this. On top of that, again, there's still 5 months to change. Add more stuff and work on graphics. The people that I've seen talk about it in the industry, other leading companies or people from other companies are saying they've got 5 months. There's still plenty of time that they can go through and change, fix stuff and add more. The other thing is, this is a game that's been in development for 4 years.
Yep.
So for the first 2 years, let's say, they were still going through and working on, okay, it's going to be Xbox One only. And then they were, brought in, okay, here's this development kit we're going to work on bringing it to Series X. And again, even though they say it is not affecting it, I cannot believe that it's not. While this game is being optimized for Series X and they want it to run on Series X and all of that, it's still a game at the end of the day that has to be able to run on Xbox One because they've already promised that.
True.
So they have to make sure that it's something that's not crazy different where they're not building two different versions of the game. It's just on Series X you're going to get 4K, you're going to get 60 frames a second, possibly 120. I don't imagine that's going to happen though.
That ain't going to happen on a console.
Correct. Well,
4K
game like Halo,
probably
is my
not.
point.
Well, I don't know. Honestly,
Okay, here's the thing.
Okay,
4K, 120 frames per second, Tetris.
No, Ori and the
Just
Will of the
putting it out
Wisp.
4K 120 frames on a game like Halo is
Correct. On a game like Halo.
nearly impossible, even on a PC 2080 Ti. It's just not. It is not a. It's not a realistic
Correct.
goal.
I was just the only reason why I was saying.
Well, I'm doing 2K
Not
at
possible.
227 frames on Destiny right now.
Yes. Now, double the pixel resolution.
I know. I'm just.
Double the pixel resolution and expect it to run the same.
It'll drop down to about 110.
Because it's an exponential growth. So doubling your pixel resolution is an exponential growth on graphics card load. So if you're doubling the screen space and the pixel resolution, you have to quadruple the amount of work that your graphics card is doing.
Just for shits and giggles.
Hey,
He's gonna try it.
Can you
The
hear
other
me?
thing though, what's up, Shannon?
So the highest I can go is 3620 by 2036. Is that 4K?
One more time.
3620 by 2036.
That's
Yes.
higher than, isn't it?
I don't know.
What the
That's
fuck
one.
is that? I don't even know what the fuck
No,
resolution that is.
that's a weird resolution. Yeah.
Yeah, one more time. What is it, Nate?
It was. Hold on.
Sorry, I'm gonna type it into Google and see what Google says.
So Cinema 4K is 4096.
3620 by 2036.
Yeah, it should be 4096 by 20 2160.
Okay, so that's even smaller than 4K.
3840 by 2160 is 4K.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not
3840 by
quite
2160.
4K. It's not quite 4K.
It's not quite 4K. That's the highest resolution I can get Destiny to do.
I mean, and okay, case in
Holy
point right
fucking
there.
Shit, I forgot. Your
Games
face
like
when
that-
you realize 2 matches into this that you're actually playing Mayhem.
Nice. So
I'm trying to figure out how people have their supers already.
my opinion on the Halo thing is objectively, I think it looks like a good game. I am excited for it. I'm going to play it. I think it looks like a good
You can't
game.
say, "Oh yeah, you need to go play Halo 5 first." Get the fuck out of this conversation.
Agreed. Adrian keeps saying play it without me, but I'm like, I've waited this goddamn long. I'm just gonna I'm waiting. If I've already waited this fucking long, telling me, oh, you can just go ahead and play it. No, I've already wasted my life not playing it. I might as well just wait.
I think that personally, I've seen a lot of people complain about this. I think that the linear open world design concept is really cool.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
I am.
I am on board.
I think it's a great way to to sort of freshen up the gameplay of a series that has been bogged down by very linear storytelling. I think it really opens up things. I liked what I saw from the demo. I liked the whole grappling hook thing. I thought that was cool. I liked being able to pick up the fusion cores and throw them. Just like that much more interaction with the world seems really, really cool.
What is people's favorite feature that was shown off with it?
Hold on. Let him finish his statement first, though.
It looks like they've brought back some of the like the way the Warthog handles looks a little bit more like OG Halo as opposed to Halo 4 and 5.
Yeah.
People are gonna be upset with it no matter what.
100%.
People are going to be upset with it because it's not going to, people are going to buy this game and expect it to be, Halo 1 remade and expecting to beat off to it. But it's not going to be that. People are going to be upset with it no matter what.
So they're going to be upset with it. And what the most thing that really annoys me about just, I guess, gaming community in general is they'll sit there and they'll crucify a game when they show a demo for it. But the second it comes out and they have the ability to play it, guess what? It's the greatest game that was ever made. And this is amazing. And they're like, oh yeah, all those people that were hating on it. I'm like, you were one of those people that were hating on it. No, I wasn't. I'm like, just what the fuck?
The only thing I would say against that, though, is I've also seen the exact opposite, where people will judge a game before it comes out, and then it comes out, the game is actually really good, and then everyone doubles down and is like, no, fuck this game. So then everybody hates it. People now are saying Halo 5 is the worst Halo game to ever be made. I don't understand that. I don't see that.
Okay, so I'll say the same thing I told some other people. Halo 5 was a good game. Halo 5 was not a good Halo game.
See, I don't understand what that even means.
Remove the Halo name from it.
Okay.
The game was good. I love the multiplayer. I love what was it? What did they call it? Was it called Warzone?
Yes.
Yeah, like the big scale battles. I thought that was really cool for a Halo game. I thought, bringing in like a lot of vehicles and like AI enemies in the middle of a, PvP style game match, thought it was really cool. The game looked good. The game played good. Objectively, it was a good game. Am I happy with the story of it? Not really. Do I feel let down by some of the
Story
marketing?
was fantastic.
Do I feel let down by the marketing? Hell yeah. All of the marketing was Chief and Locke having this standoff and being right up against each other. How many times did that happen in the game? Once, at the very, very end, and that was it. So they ramped up this huge confrontation between Chief and Locke the entire time, and it sort of fizzled out as opposed to coming to a climax. And so I think objectively, Halo 5 was a good game, but it was not a good Halo game. Does that mean I don't like it? No, I still like the game. I still have the collector's edition sitting up on top of my desk. But it was in my opinion, it was my least favorite of the Halo series. But still a good game. Just my 2 cents. That's sort of where that phrasing comes from.
Like Joe, you still sound a little confused just because you haven't mentioned anything.
I'm not confused. My only thing is, and I'm not. This is what I feel like people say, and this, and Tyler, you have well thought out opinions on this, so I respect your opinion on that. But other people that I hear talk about it, they're like, "Oh, well, it's a bad Halo game." I'm like, "Okay, well, what's different about it?" Well, it plays different. Like, I don't like you can look down the sights. Okay, so you don't want any progress. You want the same fucking game 8 times. But when they make the same fucking game 8 times, you bitch saying, "Well, why can't this game be any new? Why am I paying money for the same game?" And it's like, I don't know what the fuck you people want. Do you want me to change it or not? I do whatever you want, but fucking tell me what you people want.
Yeah,
Again,
those are people that you'll never make happy.
Correct.
They will never be happy.
Piss me off.
So again, my opinion is kind of moot from the standpoint of I've never actually played the campaign for Halo 5. But with that being said, it's kind of also one of those where, like, along the lines of people saying Black Flag is an amazing game, but it's not an amazing Assassin's Creed, because as an Assassin's Creed game, it doesn't really follow the Assassin's Creed formula. So it doesn't make a good Assassin's Creed game. Mm-hmm. Is it the best fucking game ever that has ever had pirates? Abso-fucking-lutely. It has an amazing story and everything like that. It just doesn't do the Assassin's Creed part well. So I've seen a lot of people say that they thought it was a good game and loved Halo 5. Their thing was it didn't do the quote-unquote Halo thing well.
That's my point. It's for me. It's I say not a good Halo game, and the only reason I say that is because I feel personally let down by the story. The mechanical advancements, fantastic. The way the game played, wonderful. Did I have fun playing it? Yes. At the end of the game, though, when I was completed and the credits were rolling, I felt disappointed.
See, I don't. At least myself personally,
it did not have that. It didn't have that oomph that
it did.
Halo 1, 2, and 3, even to some extent Halo 4, and specifically Reach. Reach hits you in the fucking gut at the end of that game.
Oh yeah,
like it's a gut punch.
But that's another. But here's the thing with that though. Now you're comparing like every other work to the Mona Lisa. Like,
true, but
good luck finding a game that will ever kick you in the dick like that again.
It's the comparison. It's the comparison, though. You have Halo Reach at the top of the series. It is by far the Mona Lisa of the way I've always heard it described is like Reach was made by Bungie, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
it was their final. It was their yes, because at the very end of the game, it literally says, "Thank you for being a Halo fan."
It's Reach. Reach is Bungie's swan song to the Halo series. 100%. It is the pinnacle of the series, the pinnacle of storytelling, of mechanics, of how the game just feels and plays. At the very bottom of the list, though, for me is Halo 5. Still a good game. Still like to play it. Story, though, just fell flat.
Well, just in my opinion, the one thing that really kind of got me was the marketing of it. It made you like trying not to spoil much because Nick, or
Sorry.
yeah, the marketing was like you were going up against Locke. There was choices that could be made that could alter the game. Is my perception of when they were marketing the game.
100%.
I must
And I
not have
thought,
followed
oh,
marketing
that's a
for this
really
game
cool
because I didn't
concept.
get any of that.
Yeah, and it was like that's a really cool concept, and I can't wait to do that.
Yep.
After playing it, I was just like, oh, where are my choices?
Yeah, where are the choices? Where's
I will
the
also say
decisions?
I also one thing with Halo 5, I was really excited for that game. Really excited for that game to the point where did anybody listen to Searching for the Truth?
No.
So Searching
Yeah.
for the Truth
I remember what it was. I didn't listen to it.
podcast where it was you are listening to a podcast created by somebody who's going through and interviewing people that used to fight in the UNSC and viewed Master Chief as this terrible person because the media and everybody goes through and portrays that Master Chief is this terrible monster of a person, and that's why Locke is being sent as this amazing patriot to go hunt down Master Chief.
Yep.
And as you progress through this and you hear people's stories, you realize that the media is actually completely misrepresenting what actually happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Master
The
Chief is-
media?
right. But the whole thing is like, oh, the media is misrepresenting Master Chief, and he's actually this really good person, and this is what really happened, and all this other stuff. And it starts spiraling into this whole like really interesting thriller, like conspiracy theory thing where like everybody is trying to cover up that Master Chief is actually this amazing hero, but because the UNSC, he did something that the UNSC didn't like, that's why they're trying to make him out to be this bad guy, and they're sending Locke as a patriot to go after him and hunt down this vigilante, blah, 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 and bring all this stuff into light. And it is hands down one of the best audio like fiction series I have ever heard in my
What'd you say it was called? Searching for the Truth?
I want to say it's called Searching for the, or it might be Hunt the Truth. or something.
If you can find it, just throw a link somewhere in the Discord and tag me, because
Yeah,
that's
100%.
like I've been trying to kick the habit of being on my phone before bed, and so I've switched into like listening to
It-
podcasts or audiobooks while I'm trying to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And that sounds like something that would be fantastic to
Dude, it's
listen
it's
to an
called
episode
Hunt
before.
the Truth.
Hunt the
Yep,
Truth.
I just found it. Hold on, I will tag.
My only thing, though, real quick,
No,
is yeah.
Again,
Again,
request denied.
I'm trying to find a way to like. I'm trying to be as understanding with everyone as I can. You're saying, okay, you know, when in the marketing it made it look like there was going to be choice and you could have choice and your choices matter in Halo, but yet you want it to still be Halo. When in any other Halo game have we had choice?
It's not that I wanted the choice or anything like that. It's for me, it wasn't even the choices. For
Yeah.
me, it was this, like, all of the posters that hung in GameStop and Best Buy and all this
And
was
again, I will say I've not seen. So
was that
kinda
image
clicked out
of-
all that.
was that image of Locke and Chief standing right in front of each other, having this like this standoff. But then the entirety of the game is them playing this little cat and mouse game. And one of the big things that I sort of looked forward to is, okay, Master Chief is the greatest Spartan to ever live, right? He is the pinnacle of the UNSC technology. He is the savior of human race, and that is Master Chief. And then they introduce Jameson Locke, and they look at him as, this is the guy that we are sending to take down Master Chief. Okay, you have to be a badass to be assigned to take down the greatest Spartan soldier to ever live, right?
Mhm.
So I looked at it as, okay, this is the first time in a Halo game where I am going to go up against in my opinion, a real challenge.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All the other Covenant species, Master Chief was designed to eradicate them, to kill them and protect humanity. Okay. So there's a little bit of a give when Master Chief stomps a brute. That's super easy. Okay. But looking at the confrontation between Chief and Locke, it should have been much more intense and much more extreme because Locke was the person assigned by the UNSC to take down Chief.
So here's my only thing with that, personally, is again, so they sent Locke to hunt down Chief.
Yes.
That was his entire storyline.
Yes.
Chief's entire storyline is to continue finishing out Halo 4.
Yes.
What was going on with the Forerunners and Cortana and everything like that.
Yes.
Okay. So with that said, the entire thing will, and it, again, I'm missing a chunk of the marketing because I literally was like, I don't want to ruin this game. I don't want to see much on it. But we had Locke going in, and then the whole thing that I liked with it was, okay, you've got this guy going in, and I've got to hunt down Chief, and I'm going to stop him, and then him getting to finally see Chief, and then, okay, everything I've been told is wrong. This isn't right. What Chief is doing is right. We need to find a way to help Chief. Which, to me, I liked the way they did that better, because if you had a bunch of scenes of the two just beating the shit out of each other, and then they come together at the end, you might as well have just found out that both of their moms' names were Martha.
So
Here's the thing.
yes.
While we were talking about this, I looked up and I was curious when everything happened. So 5 came out before Civil War and Batman versus Superman, because I was thinking, were they running off the whole versus thing at the time or what? But Halo 5 came out a year before those movies came out, so you can kind of just take that one off the table.
Yeah. Well, no, but my point, and I'm not actually saying like, oh, it's a reference to, but what I'm saying is like, think about like, oh, here's this big fight scene where these two brutes are coming together and fighting, and then the writer had to find a, Zack Snyder had to find a way to go, okay, now how can I bring these two together? And when they did, the audience went, well, that's fucking stupid. I feel like that would have been the same case of, okay, we need to get Locke and Chief together, and then they're fighting. Oh, we need to bring them together. Let's save the day. I like the way it was Locke showing up, and it was okay, and Chief saying, look, this is what's happening. You don't understand what you're doing, Locke. And Locke going, oh my God, you're right. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm on the wrong side of this, and then joining in.
Yes, but on that
this
note,
is just
like,
my opinion. I'm not saying
we-
you guys
we
are
know-
wrong. I'm not saying I'm right or
like,
either
we
way.
knew,
around.
we knew going into Halo 5 that for Chief it was going to be the continuation of the story from 4. Him trying to deal with the whole Cortana rampancy, the Guardian, all that stuff. That was that was the focus of the game. Then they introduce this Spartan Locke character, and they say that he's been assigned to take down Chief and stop him.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, all of the marketing for the game, and again, I'm trying to like I just found the poster that was the big one for me.
Didn't it say choose a side?
Yeah. And so it was this, it's this. The focus is on that storyline of this confrontation between Locke and Chief, but then at the end of the day, that confrontation really never happened.
Gotcha.
And
yeah,
that's where my
I'll
issue
agree with what you're
lies.
saying
Is
there.
if they had come around and said, hey, continue the story, stop Cortana, stop the Guardians. At the end of the day, I would be like, okay, yeah, that's a good Halo game. But when I go into it expecting this massive confrontation between two of the greatest Spartans to ever live, and I'm actually excited about this insane fight that we're going to have at the end of the game, and the whole game is building up to, okay, Locke is catching up, and then they meet, and I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down, and then it's like, oh,
You have Apocalypse.
Yeah.
and I'm just like, what?
Hey Joe, I have a question for you. Really
I
quick.
have a feeling I already know what you're about to say, but go ahead.
No. You're not. No, this is coming out of left field.
Okay. I was waiting
It'll make sense in a second. Who is the main bad guy in One Piece? Is there like a
So-
main bad guy?
There's not.
Okay, who is like probably like the one that's like the most best well built bad character in the game, or like the anime?
I would
Well,
probably
technically, what
say
you Blackbeard
Flamingo.
main bad guy?
or Blackbeard. Yeah. The problem is there's like 20 bad guys, and each arc has its own bad guy, and
Okay,
every
what's your
might-
favorite arc? What's your favorite arc?
Of what I've seen so far, I mean, I'm still only like a third of the way in, but I would say Skypiea, and that would be
Okay,
That was
Gunvolt,
Enru.
not
Let's
Gunvolt,
say-
Enru, thank you.
Let's say Luffy, let's say like you're watching this episode, like this build up for this arc, and you're like, oh my gosh, the main bad guy is gonna fight the main good guy, and you're waiting for this huge fight to happen.
Yeah,
They throw one punch, and they're like, maybe this isn't so bad after all. And then you're just like, well, that's not what I was like. You just did. You took all this
Hello,
time.
Thank you.
Punch Man.
That is
Yeah.
a perfect explanation.
You took the time to explain this whole arc of like, okay, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. This is gonna be a big build up. You know, this certain thing we're telling you is gonna happen. By the way, it lasts 30 seconds and nothing really happens. Like,
yeah.
That's
You're explaining
and
the night
again-
I lost my virginity. Come on now.
Aw. Again, totally
Giant
makes
build up
sense.
to 30 seconds in disappointment.
Totally makes sense. But again, I'm not saying I'm not picking sides. I'm not saying like you're wrong, I'm right, I'm wrong, you're right. You know, picking sides here. I'm just saying for me, and again, I skipped all of the marketing for Halo 5 because I was so excited about it. I said I don't want this game ruined. I don't want to see. You know, like some people, like when a movie's coming out, you won't watch trailers, or you're like, I don't want to know about it. I just want to go in and see the movie.
Which
So
I get that.
for me, walking into it, I knew Locke is looking for Chief. I didn't know about and again, it absolutely mismarketed, like you said, when it's saying choose your side, and you don't get to choose a side.
yeah, and
I
as somebody who
get
had
that.
to sell the game and was like had to get pre-orders on this game, I felt like I almost like falsely
Why
advertised.
did
to
every
people.
customer that
I will also say, again, just calling out something in chat. I don't know who Engineer Force is, but I definitely agree. At least they finally brought back something from ODST, which is the whole open world concept for this game.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
we're talking Infinite, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The big
And
thing is,
I do
did
find
not
it funny.
realize-
It seems a lot like their objective system and the markers and that kind of stuff are all set up very similar to Destiny. Because if you notice, when he goes to bring up the menu, so it's like, oh, these are your objectives in the corner, it actually sends a wave out and then shows you the markers. Like
That's what
works.
CJ was bringing up the other day, and it looks like it's not like, oh, you have to do A, B, C. It's,
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna go do C, then I'll go to A, and then maybe I'll head back to B when I'm done.
Yeah.
So the other thing I thought was cool, though, that I did not realize is I knew that the game was going to be bigger than what they just showed. However, it being a Halo game, I was expecting more like Halo 1, where it's okay, you're on this Halo, and then that's the game. Apparently, they show like one of like 5 Halos that you're going to visit in the game,
Yep.
and like you're going to jump between multiple Halos, multiple planets. Like there is a bunch that they're throwing into this, and again, it's going to be a lot like Destiny, not in the MMO aspect of it where there's other players, but every couple months they're going to be, oh, here's a new, here's the new expansion, this new Halo. Oh, Chief just found out about this new Halo that's out there. Here it is, or
Yeah.
here's the planet. Or I thought that was a really cool thing that they didn't really show off very well at the presentation, but came out afterwards that I was like, this is going to be fucking cool.
And another thing that I really liked was like you said, not only does it feel like the Warthog controls very similar to OG Halo and stuff, but the way that everything was happening, the location and everything like that, it felt very reminiscent of Combat Evolved to me.
Nick, what are you playing?
Destiny.
Okay. Your
Why?
glasses are literally just like solid blue. It was like, what game has a lot of blue?
I
You were
was
like Destiny, I was
tethered,
like,
so
that
it
makes
was
sense.
actually a lot of purple. But
Blue.
I
It's coming off blue in the camera.
I didn't think about this, but I also have a blue light filter on my glasses,
That could be
so
it. Too.
it actually reflects blue light.
So, on that
Anyway.
note, quick little sidebar. Shameless plug for a company that will never care about us.
Popeyes chicken right here.
Yes.
I
no.
was gonna say first of all, I love how you have like the biggest competitors in chicken. On you have Popeyes and you have Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
No, so the other day I was at Best Buy and I was just looking at peripherals because I'm thinking about like upgrading my mouse and keyboard. And while I was there, they had the Gunner Optic, the glasses with the blue filter.
Yeah.
They had them on sale. And I was like, okay, normally
Shit, he's
$60
about to pop out a pair.
on sale for $40. I bought a pair. Because I've been doing a lot of like super late night gaming, and then I get in bed and I struggle to fall asleep. I wore them last night throughout my entire play session, got offline, went to go lay in bed, and I was asleep in 15 minutes.
Oh shit.
Like
Nice.
they work. I don't have the eye strain. Like I used to wake up in the morning with like super dry eyes. Don't have that anymore.
That's why they were like, "Do you want a scratch resistant filter on your glasses?" I was like, "No, I have the money and the insurance. Give me the blue light filter."
And so it's just
it really makes all the difference.
And these ones even come with like they come with like a 0.2 focusing enhancement. So like it helps
That's
with
cool.
it helps with closer objects, so like your monitor screens. And I noticed that like as I was playing Call of Duty last night, like shit's just a little bit clearer. And so it was an interesting sort of an impulse buy at the last minute, and I was sort of skeptical of them, but now they actually work.
That's pretty cool, dude.
So
I was laughing at the fact that when I said you're about to pull them out, I was waiting for you to just be like, "Whoa."
pretty much. No, they sit up here. I'm not using them right now, but I'll use them later tonight when I play games. But yeah, I'm gonna step away real quick and go get another drink, but I'll be right back, guys.
Go for it.
God, now that he's gone.
Fuck off, Joe.
I was gonna say, I assumed you were listening or still had your headset.
Uh,
I already found Hunt the Truth, and it is added to my phone.
Actually, I got a quick question on that. Is that the one where I don't know if it was for 4 or for 5? I remember one of them. It was a video of an old man talking about how he was in the middle of the forest and literally had to like cut everything off and be completely quiet because the Covenant was after him, and like they take him.
So that is a live or not live action. Is it live action or is it a
Yeah, it's live action.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, so that is a live action trailer for this podcast.
Okay, yeah, because like out of all of them, that was the one I thoroughly enjoyed because like the ambiance and the feel of it was just really well done.
Something else I was going to bring up, not just with Halo, but something else that was shown off at the press conference that we talked about was the Medium. I just saw something new about the Medium that I don't know how I feel about it. I'm still
Is
going
it
to play it.
actually
I'm still
large?
excited. It is. It's not Medium.
Yeah.
No.
I did hear that.
No, so the game, they kept talking about how the game renders 2 worlds at once. So you have the real world and you have the spirit world. And they kept showing, okay, here's spirit world, here's real world, here's spirit world, here's real world. Apparently, what it does is, so it loads both at the exact same time. So as you're walking, it's loading both worlds as you're going. What I thought that meant was, while I'm in the real world, spirit world is loaded in the background. And then when I transfer into the spirit world, it will just swap the two. No, the entire game is split screen, and you literally are walking, and you see 2 avatars walking on each side. I am confused as fuck now. I tried to watch a trailer for that game, and they were showing off the gameplay, and I was just like, my mind was breaking trying to focus. I was like, where do I look? What do I do?
Yeah, like, that was what I was impressed. Like that's one of the things about that game. I was interested in seeing like how they're gonna like just
Do
how they're
that.
gonna do that, and I'm very interested to just get my hands on that game and just
Oh,
play
I
yeah.
it.
can't wait.
I'm not
There-
one for like horror games, but I showed it to Morgan because she likes those kind of things, and she seems like super in. So, yeah, it looks like a cool concept. The 2 worlds rendered at once, and playing sort of like single player split screen.
Yeah.
So it seems cool, but not my cup of tea.
What do you
Big excitement on the Avowed coming from Obsidian.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. That game looks amazing.
Basically Elder Scrolls, but made by Obsidian.
Yep.
That's the vibe I got from it was like Elder Scrolls meets Diablo made by Obsidian, and
I
I'm
want to
like,
get my interest. Make an amazing looking fantasy RPG. You want me to throw down money? Put Obsidian's name on it. Like,
exactly.
That company is another one that time and time again. I just realized how fucking dark it's getting in here. There we go.
Nick, I was literally just texting you about it.
Yeah. I was like, wow, it's really, why is it? It's never this. Oh, because I don't have my lights on. But yeah, no, it's one of those. hey, Tyler Sipes, might want to turn on your lights. You hella dark. But no, it's like,
It's everyone else's.
yeah. I don't know. I'm
My question for everybody is, I want to get your opinions on this. So before the press conference, about 2 weeks before, Microsoft came out and reasserted the fact of we are going to be supporting Xbox One for I think they said it in the words a couple years after launch. So for a couple of years, they said all first party titles are going to be coming to everybody, and then came through and said, okay, or no, they didn't say anything. Excuse me. During the show, they showed off Avowed. They showed off Fable, Medium wasn't them. Sorry, that's not Microsoft Studios. There was another one, but there were multiple games that they showed off that say that they are only for Series X and PC. They do not mention Xbox One, and now fans are coming out and saying, "Well, that's bullshit. You guys lied to us because you said you're not going to support, or you're going to support Xbox One, and now all of a sudden you're saying you're not." But with that said, I very much got the feel from like Avowed, like that game's barely ready to be shown, let alone that game's 2-3 years away.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum.
And everyone's just like, "Oh, this is stupid." And I'm like, no, like
I
they said 2
kind of have a
years,
feeling
like,
it's just ever so slightly more along than there. We showed you a landscape. Get off our ass. Elder Scrolls 6 is in production.
yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
The best part of that, I actually just found a old tweet that I had saved from Pete Hines, or it was a guy that was like, "Dude, seriously, just fucking tell us, like, when are we getting our hands on Elder Scrolls 6?" And this is after that reveal, and he was like, I just want, give me a date. I really want to play this game now. And Pete Hines' response was, "Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you it's after Starfield, and if you're really that excited for or if you're excited and you're thinking it's coming sooner than that, I have greatly mismanaged your expectations for this game." And
Yeah,
I was
I mean,
just like, "That's fucking funny." From
I
Pete
think
Hines.
we're looking at games like Avowed and Fable are probably still a good 2-3 years out.
Especially Fable didn't even show anything. It was a cinematic trailer.
whoa. It showed up Eric getting eaten by a frog. What more do you need?
Again, it was a fantastic trailer, but again, people are judging it and like, "Oh, why are they saying that this game isn't coming to Series X? Because clearly that game's coming out in the next 6 months."
Yeah.
False.
And it's like, they're
It's
fucking
false.
stupid.
I'm
Maybe they
excited
should've
for the
put,
Fable
like,
Let me
remake.
buy you a jump
I
to
am.
conclusion.
I cannot wait.
Now, have they come out and said anything about like, is it a remake of
Nope.
Fable 1 or is it a reboot of the
Reboot.
series?
Reboot of the
Reboot.
entire series, and they've specified this is not Fable 4. They said we're just complete reboot, same tone, all of
Yeah.
that,
They need to
And that right there convinced me to pre-order the game.
right?
That right there. If they had said it was a remake or a remaster, I would have been on the fence about it.
Correct. Because they've already
But-
done a remaster.
When
Yeah,
they came
it was
out and
like
said,
we've already
"Hey,
got
we are rebooting the game. Here is what it, this is what we can show you right now, but we're rebooting the series and we're bringing back your favorites." I'm in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I started squealing during the actual reveal to the point where like Nick got silent because his feed was like 30 seconds ahead of mine, and I was like, "Oh my god, is this Fable? Is this Fable? Nick, is
I-
this
I
Fable?"
shut
And like
the
he had
fuck
already
up.
seen it say Fable, and he was just like quiet, and I was like, "Nick," and he was just like not saying anything.
Nothing. And then
And
Joe
they got the Fable. I was like,
He's
"What the fuck? It's Fable!"
Nick's quiet. Nick's really quiet. It's fucking Fable.
I was just so goddamn excited.
Uh,
Another thing, speaking of pre-ordering a game though, in case anyone is interested, I'm gonna have to look up the dates. Pre-order for Avengers gets you beta access, which I'm trying to get the dates for the beta because it's like 4 weeks that it's running. So, okay, here it is. So it's 3 weeks. So on August 7th, if you've pre-ordered on PS4, you get access to the beta for that weekend. After that, everybody that owns a PS4 can get into the free beta, open beta on August 14th that weekend. Or if you pre-ordered on PC or Xbox. And then on August 21st, everybody can just have a free beta, anybody that wants to play.
nice.
So for 3 weekends coming up soon, starting this coming weekend or next weekend, excuse me, you can officially play Avengers, which it looks fantastic, and they showed off more details yesterday and today. They just look incredible.
Well, there's just something about Marvel games that just bring out the like 12-year-old boy inside of me.
No joke, dude.
Whoa,
Like,
whoa,
you
whoa.
just pull the
Why
dick
is
out
there a
every
12-year-old
single
boy
time,
in you?
and like
At least it's not the other way around.
valid point. But no, seriously, I just there's something about Marvel games, and like even dude, Ultimate Alliance 3.
I still haven't beaten it, which is very sad, but it is such a good game.
Oh yeah.
It's so incredible.
Yeah, it's one of those games where how do I say this? Like the Marvel
It's good.
Ultimate Alliance series is just very near and dear to my heart. I have so many amazing memories playing that series, and they were like, "Oh, we're bringing it back on Switch," and I was like, "Yes, this is amazing." But at the same time, I was incredibly hesitant,
Oh yeah.
and like
Especially
to
on,
the
like, a
point
beloved
where I was
franchise like
really
that.
scared I was going to be let down, and I couldn't have been like further from let down. Like it was just such an amazing representation of what that series would be like now.
See, I just remember I was talking to somebody a couple days ago, and they were like, why do you like Marvel so much? Why do you like Spider-Man so much? Like, why is that your favorite hero? And I was like, I seriously just remember, Nick, you would come home from school, and you would rent the Ultimate Spider-Man trades, and you would bring them home from school, and you'd read them, and then like they'd just be in your room, and I would normally break into your room and steal them. And I would just sit there and read them at night, and I would just read them again and again and again. And for some reason, Ultimate Spider-Man resonated.
It's
like
so good.
But the thing is, like, Spider-Man was started as a character where the whole point was it was supposed to be, the nerdy teenager that no one understood, the outcast, and it was supposed to relate to people. But then the thing with Spider-Man is, as it kept going and, it hit the 80s and then the 90s, it was, he grew up and got, a job and was married and all this stuff. And as a kid, I couldn't relate to that. But when they rebooted it to be Ultimate Spider-Man, and then it was back to Peter Parker in high school and in modern day high school, and, I was just like, this fucking resonates. And I've literally right here next to my desk, I've got the first 8 trades. And it's just, that fucking comic book is so incredible.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
One of the reasons why I like the Ultimate series or the Marvel Ultimate Alliance series is, speaking of superheroes that you like, I like some of the oddball ones like Ghost Rider and Doctor Strange, and I love those games because you can actually play as them, and it's
Which is so funny because you say like, oh, I like the oddball characters like Ghost Rider and Doctor Strange, and
Two
like
big characters nowadays.
Right, but it's one of those where like that's the thing with Marvel is they take those off characters and make some pretty shitty movies in the way of Ghost Rider, but they make some really good movies in the way of Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah.
And like they turn those oddball characters into stuff. So like, I mean, when people first said, "Oh, they're making an Iron Man movie," everybody's like, "Who the fuck is Iron Man? You mean that Black Sabbath song?" And
I just remember going, "They're gonna make a movie about an alcoholic. Like that's gonna be fun."
Yeah.
Yeah, but like he ends up being one of the biggest characters ever because again, like there's something about Marvel characters. Don't get me wrong, DC has Batman and Bat Family. Other than Batman and the Bat
they really
Family,
don't even have that anymore. Did you see
They
the
have
fucking
their-
run that they're doing?
They have their animated stuff, which I will always, hands down, I will always say their animated stuff is just top notch.
We need to discuss that.
Yes,
Hold on,
their
put a pin
animated
in that.
stuff is top notch. Okay, name something animated that is top notch besides Batman and stuff dealing specifically with Batman and Robin and
Green
Batman
Lantern,
villains.
the animated series that came out at the same time as the really shitty movie.
What?
The animated Green Lantern series from like 2011.
That was good. I
It
didn't
was
see that.
fantastic. It was on
Oh,
Cartoon
yeah.
Network, and oh my
Okay.
god,
The original Teen Titans.
there you go. Yeah, but again, it's got Batman in it.
Headed by Robin.
True.
Wait,
Take
what?
no Robin, no Batman, no Batman villains.
Oh, you said Teen Titans. Jesus, I'm sorry. I heard Justice League. I'm sorry.
What?
Which again,
Oh, it
I
rhymes. I
totally-
forgot.
No,
focused more on Batman, but a little bit.
I
on
was
Superman.
way more excited to talk because I've got to. I'm trying to remember in my head. They just showed off a trailer for the new DC animated film, and I'm curious to see your opinion on it. Because Nick, I feel like you're gonna have a very strong opinion on this. So the new movie is they are doing, and understand this has already been done, they're doing Death in the Family. The story where Jason Todd is killed by the Joker,
Okay, hold on.
which is the opening scene of it Under the Red
Of
Hood.
Under the Red Hood.
Wait.
So,
So are they retconning Red Hood, or are they saying this
no,
is-
half of the trailer is out of Under the Red Hood. It's literally the same footage. But what they're
Oh.
doing is it's an interactive Blu-ray where there are up to, I think they said 6 or 8 times where it's going to stop the movie and say, does Jason Todd live? Does he
Oh.
die? Or does he cheat death? Pick your choice. Okay, you just picked that. So now we're going to go into this. So start loading these scenes. And then you get here and okay, Jason Todd lived here. He came back as Red Hood. He wants to kill Joker. Does he kill Joker? Or does he let Joker go? Or does Batman intervene? Okay, he kills Joker. Okay, so load
So
this
we're
up.
doing the Choose Your Own Adventure Under the Red Hood.
Yes, and it looks fantastic. I
I'm
made
on
so
board.
much fun of it when it first they talked about it, and I watched the trailer and it was like, I'm fucking buying this. But for people that do not know, the original storyline of not Under the Red Hood, excuse me, Death in the Family was a comic that came out. It was 4 issues. The first 3 were going through and leading up
Death in
to
the Family or Death of the Family?
Death in the Family. Death of the Family was a New 52 storyline that literally meant nothing because nothing happened in it.
No.
Um,
Joker wearing a
nothing.
face.
No, creepy. Yeah, but it's called Death of the Family, meaning
Yeah.
the Bat Family. You know who doesn't die in that?
Anybody
Anyone
in the
related to Batman. But no, I feel so bad because Tyler looks bored AF.
I've got a point
Oh,
that,
okay.
that ties into this, but it's not related to this.
Okay, I just felt really bad because I looked down at all I could see is your little thumbnail. And I was like, I can't tell if he looks really bored as fuck or what. No, but real quick. So Death in the Family is 3 issues leading up to Jason Todd being taken by Joker. At the end of the issue, the warehouse he's in is blown up. You don't know what happens. It's a cliffhanger. At the end of that issue was 2 phone numbers that
Yep.
you would call, and depending on which phone number you called, was a vote for Jason Todd living or dying. And America voted to kill Jason Todd because they fucking hated the little bastard.
That's what I was hoping you would bring that up. The only reason he died is because at the time
America hated him.
they did not like his character.
Well, because he came right. If I remember correct, I always screw this up. Who was second? Tim Drake or was Jason Todd? I think Jason was second.
Jason
Drake was
was
third,
third,
right?
I was gonna say I think Tim Drake was number 3.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
literally following up Dick Grayson, literally one of comic book's greatest sidekicks,
Oh, 100%.
and replacing him with this little punk bitch that's all just like, I'm a whiny kid, I'm a teenager, and I don't like rules.
Hey, Black
And then,
Parade,
like-
okay?
Basically. But yeah, no. So I think America was
Tyler,
just like,
nothing?
what is this guy?
What? Sorry, no, I'm looking up something for my point. What was the question or statement?
He was saying you're following up Dick Grayson with a whiny little bitch. I was like, whoa, like Black Parade, okay? Like full emo kid, okay? But I was like, I'm waiting for Tyler to chip in. on this side.
bad taste.
I'm
That's bad
confused in
taste.
that. I'm confused on what just happened.
No, just Tyler's obsession with MCR.
Dude, that album's fantastic.
No, 100% rightfully
Thank you.
so.
I was
I
like, I don't know where
I
that was
like
with it.
taking jabs to get some kind of rise out of him.
Go fuck yourself. Okay, so
That was a great album.
my
See.
point. Okay,
You won the
Um,
floor with that. Tyler.
not related to Marvel or Avengers or comics or anything like that, but in still
about
in that
DC?
realm of like movies and television. I'm gonna try to get it to where where it can focus. It's not gonna focus properly.
Oh, is this what I heard about?
Tenet has been
Oh.
confirmed by the studio that it will open internationally, followed by a U.S. release.
Yes.
It has been 100% confirmed.
You know what else has been 100% confirmed?
What?
12 other release dates.
For what?
Tenet.
Oh, well, yeah. Beyond the release date, just the fact that they have officially come out and said it's going to release internationally before it releases in the US. So that means that when it does release internationally, I have to uninstall IMDb from my phone. I have to unsubscribe from all of the movie and television subreddits I follow. I have to limit myself on my internet usage because I'm not spoiling that movie for myself at all. On the set, like sort of pivoting in that same universe, Inception, Interstellar, and the Dark Knight trilogy are all coming back to theaters
I'll see the first two Dark Knights.
later this year and early next year as part of a Nolanverse resurrection. The big thing is it's Inception's 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
And so they
Forgot
said,
about that.
hey, we're re-releasing Inception. And then a lot of people were like, well, why don't we re-release Interstellar too? Because, I mean, it's almost 10 years old. And they're like, all right, let's do that one too. And then some smart person somewhere was like, I mean, Tenet's about to come out. Fuck it. Why don't we just do all of the big Nolan films and put them all out? Okay. Here's the thing. At the 10th anniversary re-release of Inception, there is going to be an exclusive trailer for Dune.
Oh, okay.
And I am for Dune, for the Denis Villeneuve Dune.
It was like announced like 8 years ago.
Yes. And we haven't seen shit from this movie. And I am so incredibly excited for it. And I'm just excited to get a trailer and see what this movie that was announced 8 years ago is turning into. So, I mean, knowing Joe, you probably heard about this like 3 months ago, and you probably already knew all this information considering you and Nick have your noses so deep in movie news that you can't smell anything else.
That's why I don't know politics, but I can tell you what movie was coming out next month.
Yeah, exactly.
Good point.
No, I just thought it was
comic book guy.
I just thought it was interesting that a Nolan film has been confirmed to have an international release before the U.S. sees it, which
Yeah. It's because theaters over internationally are opening up because those countries fucking handled this pandemic okay. But we're not going to get into politics and how shitty our president is.
no,
Let's not bring up politics.
no. I just think it's
In our defense, it's
you gotta know that studio.
I'm not making a political standpoint or anything like that. I'm just saying.
But here's a political standpoint.
It's not necessarily our president because I'm just saying everybody here knows that I hate Trump. That is so I'm not saying Trump is a
It's
good
just getting
person,
very political.
but I'm
Very
saying
political.
I'm saying so even though Trump has handled this completely poorly and stuff, the problem are the people who like we just got a phone call at our restaurant. We have a group of people that are wanting to make a 15-person protest inside of our restaurant without masks on, sitting at the same table, and call the news and say that they're at our restaurant.
Do you know who started that shit?
Hold on.
Our president that was saying when
Who
it
is
was
now
slowly
saying
getting
wear
worse, he
masks.
was saying, hey, guys, don't wear masks. It's not even a real thing. There's only 2 cases in the U.S. It'll be gone by Monday.
But
So,
That
I'm
was
gonna-
3
I'm gonna-
months ago.
he's also
But-
now telling everybody to wear masks. So
We need to back off the
Again,
politics
I
before we
get
lose
that,
our one
but yeah.
viewer.
We will. Okay. So, hold on.
Um,
going back.
but no.
Unrelated.
But
Back
so-
to Nolan.
So I'm just saying they called and were like, hey, we want to stage a protest. We said, absolutely not. That's illegal. To which they are now mad at us. And it's like, you're mad at us because we won't let you do something illegal in our restaurant and put us on the news, completely showing off something that we can get shut down for and never be allowed to reopen.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of stuff that is the reason why we can't open
Yeah.
like movie theaters and stuff anymore.
So
Point real quick. I was gonna say just because I don't want Tyler to forget. No, this has nothing to do with that. This is back to Nolan.
okay, I'll say back away from
That- I
politics.
was
Yeah,
I
no.
was trying to get off of that, but Nick kept going. No, what I find funny is that you literally were saying it's this movie is released internationally first, so that now means I have to. And my brain thought it was more rational that you were about to say fly overseas to see this film than I
But
was
you
expecting you to
can't!
say I'm going to turn off my phone and not.
But you
I know,
can't
but I
because
literally
we're
waited
not
for
allowed in any other country.
I was waiting for the whole just like I now have to fly to Europe so I can see this fucking movie.
But no,
Which
you
sounds
have
like something we would
That
do.
seemed realistic.
You
you have to
Yeah.
realize though that that studio, they 100% had like a team of accountants, and they were like, okay, we need you to sit down and analyze how much money we will make doing an international release and how much money we are going to lose domestically because of the people that are going to pirate and watch cams of this movie. Because there are some
That's not
sad
the way to watch a Nolan
some
film.
sad fucking individuals out in this world that are like, oh, I want to see this new movie. And they're going to watch some shitty ass iPhone 4 video recorded Taiwan edit of
Hey,
this
Taiwan
movie.
number one.
And they're going to, that's how they're going to experience
Shannon.
a Nolan epic.
Dude, the one thing I have to say also with this, sorry, I cut you off.
But no, it just, imagine the amount of people that studio brought in and the amount of
Oh,
math
sure.
and work that they had to go through. They probably spent weeks on it and analyzing, okay, is it the smart choice to release internationally and then do a US release, or do we postpone internationally and release worldwide on the same day? And it was, that there was some accountant that was like, man, I went to school for so many years and I have to do this shit.
Oh,
I was
100%.
done with this shit. My teacher said I was going to use it, and I told her she was wrong. No,
Engineer Force says with random capitals, we totally support trumpet under, with asterisks. Sorry, that was really funny. And then he also recommends 1, 2, 3 movies. But no, again, Dakota, I 100% agree. The Teen Titans series was amazing, the original. But again, that's 100% Bat Family.
I have to say real quick, also with Nolan and talking about
Nolan
not about pirating movies, sorry, about Tenet in general. So an actor that I have always said I cannot stand, not Matthew McConaughey because he's a fucking piece of shit. Anyway,
All right.
God, I hate him. No, I've never liked up until The Lighthouse. I have not liked Robert Pattinson. I've never
Dude,
been a
I
fan
will
of him
100% give you
because
that,
of
because-
Twilight. And it's not because of him. It's because he did a couple shitty films that. I
He
mean, he
gets
took
a-
a paycheck.
He gets a bad rap for the Twilight series,
Correct.
and he had it was like the Scarlet Letter on him, and
Yeah.
everyone looked at him as the twinkly ass vampire from Twilight.
But-
and that was
But with
that
in
was
his
it.
defense,
With
he's
that said-
terrible in those films, but it's
Yes.
not his acting, it's the writing for those
Yes.
films.
Yes.
With that said, though, in the new trailer for I say new, it was about 2 months ago they released a new
Yeah.
trailer for Tenet. And at the end of the trailer, it is one of my favorite things online right now. I've watched it like 12 times, just this little clip where he's talking to Tenet and he makes a comment about he's like, I want to or no, sorry, Tenet says, so let me get this straight. You want to crash a plane from the air? And he's like, well, not from the air. Don't be so dramatic. And Tenet says, how big of a plane? And he stops and it shows like a 747 flying into a building. And then it cuts back to Robert Pattinson. He goes, okay, that part is a little dramatic. It's funny as fucking shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I literally love Robert Pattinson in this trailer.
So interesting note on that little segment, real quick. Christopher Nolan has come out and said that they, instead of doing CGI for that, they actually went and bought a
Jesus.
a broken down 740, because in the shot the plane never leaves the ground. The plane crashes into a hangar while it was on the runway. So they went and bought a 747 that was run down and couldn't fly, and they crashed it into a building so that it would look realistic, because he did the math and found out that it would be cheaper to buy a broken down 747 and crash it into a building than it would be for a CGI team to create and animate that scene.
I just wish I could have been on that phone call.
Fucking
Well,
hey, me too,
hey,
man.
Hey Chris, what do you need? So listen,
So
we need to
Got a
buy a 747. Like I want to buy a
Silent for,
plane.
like, a few
Yeah,
minutes.
but you also got to
And
think
then,
it's
like,
Christopher
well,
Nolan. So you know the other end of that phone call went, okay, how many?
No, the other end of that phone call was
True.
the other end of that phone call was okay, fine, we'll get you 747. Okay, it's whatever you want. Yeah, but now hold on. Now I need a building that I can crash it into and just destroy all of it.
And you know the studio was like, this fucking guy.
Yeah. Here's my checkbook.
They were probably thinking, okay, he needs a 747 for a shot. Okay, So we'll invest 150 grand in this, and we can probably sell it for
Yeah.
130 grand after we use it. And then he says, I'm going to crash it into a building. And they're like, and let's just light money on fire.
The other thing that's funny about that though is like, because also with Dark Knight is, you know, they blow up the hospital. That
Yeah.
hospital was actually a cookie factory that was already scheduled for being demolished.
Yep.
And he said, "Hey, can I be on set when you do it? And then we'll have my guy, and we'll do this scene." Which is also why when he hits the button and it doesn't blow everything up, and it was in perfect Joker fashion, that Heath Ledger stayed in character, and he looks back at the building, and he looks at the detonator, he starts hitting it. And then the building starts blowing up and he like jumps and he runs. That's actually in character. It was literally happened because the cookie factory it didn't detonate
Well,
properly.
because can you imagine like going through and doing that and been like, oh, sorry, we didn't get that. We got to do a second take.
No shit.
Like,
Oh,
did you
sorry.
imagine that conversation?
No, just Chris Nolan just being like, "Okay, guys, it didn't work. Reset it."
Yeah. Rebuild the entire factory. We'll blow it up in a month.
Yeah, that just reminds me of Kevin Smith did an interview with, or not an interview, excuse me. He filmed a documentary for Prince that was never released, where it was 3 days in a row where Prince just brought a bunch of people to a area, had them listen to an album of his, and then talk about it for an hour every night. And Kevin Smith got there, and he was like talking, and he was just like talking to one of Prince's assistants, and they were like, "You've got to be very understanding of Prince, because Prince doesn't understand normal human things." And Kevin was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Prince cussed me out last weekend because on Sunday at 2:30 in the morning, he wanted a giraffe in his backyard. And I had to tell him, I can't get you a giraffe at 2:30 in the morning. And Prince has been living in Prince world for so long, he didn't understand why that wasn't possible, because anytime Prince says he wants something, they just give it to him." And I just feel like Christopher Nolan would have been like, "Reset the building." And they're like, "Chris, the building's destroyed. We can't rebuild it." He's like, "What the fuck do you mean we can't rebuild? Just rebuild it.
Just reset the fucking building.
Reset it. I have a film to make. I have a deadline.
Places,
Reset it."
everybody.
So,
Yeah.
Joe, alongside the Dune trailer that is coming out
Okay.
with the Inception re-release, they will also be bringing out the first of the trailers for Wonder Woman 1984.
Okay.
Wait, what?
The first of the new trailers.
Oh, first
of the new trailers.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, there's
Yes.
already 2 trailers for that film. What do you mean?
Yes, the
Okay.
first of the new trailers for Wonder Woman 1984.
Got you. Nice.
So those will be coming out with the Inception re-release.
Nice. Yeah, I to this day have no idea what the fuck Tenet's about. I don't
But
understand
That
what
right
it's about,
there, that right
but
there
it
is
already has
a
my money.
that is a hallmark of a Nolan film. We went into Inception knowing that there was some crazy ass shit with a train and then a world that folded in on itself, and that was
Yeah.
like
And
it.
in a hotel room spinning in circles.
And you know, we went into it, and I went and saw that movie like 4 times in theaters.
I hate to say I didn't see it until Blu-ray because I was like, I don't know what this movie is. This is weird. So I didn't see it.
Sad,
and then,
sad
I
man.
know. I literally finished the Blu-ray and went,
Here's my
wow, can we go see that in IMAX? And everyone was like, no, you dumb fuck. We tried to get you to go.
Here's my thing.
Oh shit, I'm gonna have to get off of here soon.
I actually have never seen Inception, only because hold
Dumb
on.
I'm ending this podcast now. That's the podcast, guys.
That's
Hey,
it,
yeah,
Tyler.
So the
Shannon,
reason I
that
never
little
saw
gray
it was
blob on the
because
bottom
I
of the
heard
screen
there was
that
going to
doesn't do
be a
anything.
re-release, and I was like, oh, I'll wait for it. And then I wasn't able to go see the re-release, but then I heard that there was probably going to be more re-releases. So I've just been waiting to see it in an IMAX.
So here's
So
the one thing
we're gonna
with
go
that.
see it in IMAX, is what you're saying.
Yes.
That's yes, 100,012%.
You two, you, Joe and Nick, since again, you guys get like backroom handies from the movie theater managers in this area. As soon as tickets go on
Only
sale,
when we pay Timothy Spall.
when tickets for Tenet
sorry,
go
I
on
had-
sale,
Yes.
or when tickets for the Inception, Interstellar, Dark Knight trilogy, whenever those tickets start going on sale, let me know. I'm in.
Copy.
Just let me know, because you guys seem to get those emails like 2 weeks before anybody else.
No, we just
We just check our email when we get them. We don't wait till the end of the day.
And the backroom handies.
Well, and that too. One last thing. Speaking of not seeing a movie because you were like, I'm gonna wait. A little bit different, but I refused to see Mad Max when it came out because I said this movie looks fucking stupid. And I didn't see Mad Max, and then Nick called me one day and said, dude, it's playing in IMAX tonight only, because it wasn't an IMAX film. They put it in IMAX for one night only, and he was like, I already have your ticket. Be ready at 5. I am picking you up. And I was like, whatever. I guess we'll go see this fucking movie. And about 10 minutes into that movie, I was going, this is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that movie was great. That movie was such a sleeper. Like,
the way it was explained to me. My coworkers were all excited about it. We're like, it's great. And I was like, what's the movie about? They were like, get this, okay? It's a car chase from point A to point B, and then they get to point B, and then they realize they got to go back to point A. I was like, well, that sounds fucking stupid. I'm not seeing that movie. And then you see it.
sounds like a very, very common Joe sentiment on movies.
Yeah, I was like, that sounds fucking stupid. And then it literally was, I saw it, and they were like, what did you think? And I was like, it was fantastic. And they were like, how would you describe the plot of that film? And I said, it's a car chase where they go from point A to point B and then back to point A. And they were like, yeah,
It's the longest car chase in history, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Every second of that film, I was just, it's great.
You know what? Let's take all the color out of it. How did this movie just get better?
Yeah.
Like,
That was the thing with Logan, was they made Logan black and white. And I was like, oh my God, Logan got even better.
yeah, Mad Max in black and white is fucking amazing.
So since we're going to be wrapping up, who all is staying online to play games?
I will probably jump back on later.
Okay.
But I am going to get dinner, and then we're going comet hunting. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
we're gonna go look for the comet.
Comet Neowise.
This
Before
is supposed to
it-
be like
before
the
it
last
fades.
night you can really see the comet before it's gone.
Oh,
And it's not,
hunting.
yeah,
Yeah. Because it's going to be
it's
after
not coming
after
back,
tonight,
like-
it's going to be too far north. Our latitudes won't be able to see it anymore.
Gotcha.
but then it's also
E-
supposed
even
to be
na-
like,
Even now, you have to you have to be able to have a very, very clear view of the horizon. Like you can't even have trees or anything in the way because it's going to be
What
it's
if
going to be
you-
so low and close to the horizon.
What if you bring me the horizon?
and
Damn.
with that, we're ending the podcast on Shannon's perfect joke.
No, Joe, I didn't think about that. If you have
Apparently, we're not. Nick's still talking.
if you have to see the horizon,
I know. I just heard that.
Pops,
That's not gonna work.
Pop's
I
house
know.
won't work.
We're gonna figure it out. Tina and I are gonna figure something out.
Okay.
Shannon,
Yo.
you want to play some
I think you-
Valorant?
I think you meant
Okay,
Great
tell me
Lob
that.
on the bottom of the screen.
All right, I'll hop into Discord once we leave this.
Shannon, one last question.
Oh yeah. What's up?
Did you know you
What
can
is
get
your
this
no,
movie?
The Muffin Man?
no. Only you and I get that, Nick.
I know.
No. What was your opinion of The Jerk?
Oh, I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was
We-
like super, super funny. I was like, I don't really understand what this. I haven't seen a lot of his older stuff, so Steve Martin's older stuff. So like, I was like, I don't really know what to expect. And then in the first 30 seconds, I was just like,
I was born
oh,
a poor
poor
black,
black
child.
child. Yeah, I was like, well, I know where this is going.
All I know is Nick and my dad and I got a text that my dad was like, hey, we're going to see The Jerk. Do you want 5 o'clock or 7:30? What time are we going? So I was just like, I guess 7:30. And I was just like, cool, we're going. And then Nick literally called me right before we got there. And he was like, dude, Shannon's getting out of work. Shannon's never seen The Jerk. We're on our way. And I was like, this is going to be fantastic because this is literally right up Shannon's alley as far as comedy
Yeah,
goes.
there's
It's also one of the
Well-
funniest films ever made, and I'm
But-
not exaggerating.
I'd say
It
about
legitimately
30,
is.
I would say about 30 minutes into the movie at one point, I'm laughing my ass off crying. Nick's laughing his ass off. My dad's laughing his ass off. Shannon's louder than any of us. And I look over and he's literally put his face in his popcorn because he's laughing so hard he can't focus. And I was like, I am so excited that he's enjoying this film as much as he is.
That's funny shit.
Because the only thing is, like, Nick and I showed Shannon The Producers, which to Nick and I is as funny as the Jerk, and we both love that film. and we showed it to Shannon. He laughed one time, and at the end of the movie, he said, "That's just a weird fucking movie. I don't get it." So I was worried. I was like, "God, I hope he's going to enjoy this film." And 30 seconds in, he's screaming, and I was like, "I am so happy." It is just the whole scene with the cat juggling. It's fantastic.
Turn it off.
I was so trying to guess what's gonna happen. I was like, it's gonna be something ridiculous. I would never just know I was gonna guess cat juggling.
Well, and then it's literally Steve Martin with like a creepy villain
Mustache,
comb
yeah.
over and mustache.
Yeah, doing the juggling.
Yeah.
And then I still just love the whole, "Wow, you tattooed my name on your ass. See, I'm right there under the J's."
People probably see this more than the phone book.
No.
I just like the fact that her ass is alphabetized.
The tattoos on her ass are alphabetized.
Yes.
She has so many tattoos on her ass in alphabetical order.
That guy hates these canes.
And that's the podcast.
Have a good
Yeah.
night, everybody.
All right, guys.
That's Tyler.
Yeah, I'm Tyler. And real quick before I go, if
you
you
said the
guys,
end.
if you guys don't mind, if I could have
I
all
do.
of you pop into the Discord for like 2 minutes after this, I just want to chat over
Wait,
something real
Fine,
quick.
I'll leave
Hold on.
after 2 minutes.
Which Discord?
My Discord, the Friendly Neighborhood Nerds, you'll see
Yeah.
it at the Nerd Nexus channel.
Okay, Nerd Nexus.
I was gonna say I think he was trying to figure out which channel you were talking
Yes,
about.
the
Yeah,
Nerd
yeah,
Nexus
yeah.
channel.
Yeah.
You'll
Cool.
you'll see me. I'm in the channel. Just pop in there, and I just want to run over some like super quick stuff, and we'll be done. So I'm Tyler. Thanks for watching.
I'm
I'm
Shannon.
I'm the gray rectangle at the bottom right of your screen.
And that's
Bye,
gonna
guys.
be our
Bye,
podcast.
Guys.
See you
Well,
guys
I
next week for D&D.
I guess actually we could just hang here.
Yeah.